What's good, y'all? Mocap here. I'll explain all that a little later for the old viewers, but for right now we going as Mocap, and I'm finna show y'all again for like the third or fourth year in a row the King Contact build. Before we even start making the build or showing you anything about it, I just want to say to any new viewers, my old viewers know this, but I want to say this to the new viewers: this isn't your best slasher build. This isn't your unguardable slasher, unstoppable force, never touching this nigga build. You know what I'm saying? It's not the build everybody claim to be the best. You feel me? This is the King Contact build. If you want to play like me personally, fuck all these other YouTubers, you feel me? If you want to play like me personally and you want to know my build, the King Contact build, this is that video. If you're just a random nigga looking for a build and you don't care what it is, you just want to be the best slasher, go to somebody else's videos. Go to an Emperor Big Fella video, an Aztec video, shit, go to Grind and see if he made a, you know, a slasher or something, you feel me? But if you want the King Contact build, then I'm about to show you what that is. So I have been playing around on multiple accounts. I'm going to be showing y'all my first I'm going to explain what the King Contact build is. The King Contact build is a small forward slasher, and the goal of this build is to have someone that can ISO, be as fast as guards, and be as strong as big. So if you're guarding a guard or you're playing against a guard, you have enough speed to where you're not like sluggish and you aren't like chasing behind him and all that. But if you're playing against a big and you're trying to do like a strength contest against him, you're not about to get bullied by a big. So that's what the King Contact build is. Someone that can dribble and ISO, but at the same time is strong enough to compete against bigs, whether it be defensively or trying to contact dunk on them. Build will get you a lot of contact dunks no matter who you're playing against if you're using it right. But once again, the way I'm about to make this build, like I said, my old viewers know it. The way I'm about to make this build, it might not be suited for you, but this is the King Contact build. Okay, I'm gonna continue. So yeah, we're making them small forward. I usually do left-handed. It doesn't really matter, especially now for slashers. And then number doesn't matter, of course. So we're going to do the all slashing pie chart because once again, King Contact for a reason. You feel me? And when it comes to physicals, a lot of people are just tempted to go with all speed, but like I can see if you use like a point guard or a shooter, you don't really need strength. You don't really need vertical. But for a slasher, you have to understand that if you want to dunk on people, you need to have a high strength. If you want to jump over people or jump higher than people or get blocks, you need vertical. Of course, speed is important. Like I said, you want to be able to play against guards and match their speed too. But if you don't have any strength, you can't contact dunk. I don't care if you're playing a center or if you're just playing against a 6'2" point guard. If you do not have strength, you're not dunking on people. We're going to the one all the way at the bottom, which is the balance pie chart, which is all three of them are symmetrical. So you see on the right, you got the speed, acceleration, strength, and vertical is a little bit higher, but that's just how the balance is. But they're all around the same area as far as what goes where. For a slasher, they naturally have high verticals. Alright, so I'm about to show y'all specifically how I picked my attributes. I mean, you can look over them if you want to, but it's not really anything too crazy, too specific. I can't stress this enough. There's gonna be people in the comments saying, oh, if you add post hook or if you add pass accuracy, you can get a bunch of different attributes. If you increase your shooting, you can get these badges. I don't care. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. I do not care. This is the King Contact build. I'm not showing y'all the best build. I'm just showing you what I'm going to be using. So if you see some mixtapes later on and they look saucy, this is the build I'm using that for. So yeah, we're going to take close shot and put it to 92. We're not going to max it out. We're going to max out these three categories and leave post hook alone. I'm not upgrading post hook. I know you can get 30 badge points, but like I said, you know, a normal nigga doing that, I'm not doing that right now. Max out my mid-range jumper and nothing else in that category. We're going to max out ball handling and post hooks. I'm about to come back to pass accuracy in a second, but we're going to max those two out first. We're going to max out every category except for blocks in the defensive section. And for blocks, you're going to do, I think it's like 2. So you do 2 just so you can get that 8th attribute point on defensive. and then you put the rest into pass accuracy, where you get that 17th point in playmaking. So you're like just hitting the thresholds between what you can and can't get. So if I take one off, I lose playmaking. If I take one off block, I lose defensive. If I take one off shot close, I lose one off finishing, and then shooting where slasher. It's not that too important, but just know I've been playing around with these, like taking like a couple off this and a couple off this and adding a little to block. Like I've been playing around with these for hours, you feel me? So this is what I came to as far as what I personally think is the best attribute placement. We aren't done with the build, of course, we got the stuff after this, but for the King Contact build, this is how I'm going to place my attributes on that. So if you want to just look at it real quick, go ahead and do that. We're gonna move on. A lot of these, everything afterwards is just straightforward. Our build, we're gonna have the body shape of build. We're gonna keep him at 6'7". Our weight, I've been tweaking with this too, and I feel that 251 is probably the best. Just like it gives you one more strength, and I think you go further than that. It lowers your base acceleration and then like lowers your speed some more. So I think 251 is probably the ideal, like what I'm going to be using. I'm not going to say it's ideal. I'm not going to say it's the best. I'm not going to say it's the worst. A lot of people might be on the skinnier side and say, okay, I don't care about interior, just give me driving layup and post move. But what I'm doing personally is 251. For a wingspan, this one I will actually say you have the choice of whatever you want to do. They aren't too different. I'm going to go to the 82 because with this one you get the +1 on ball handling and then the +1 on strength. You lose a little bit of finishing and everything else category. You get like +1 on mid-range. It's not too, literally the only reason I went down is with the +1 on ball handling. You can go further and commit to it and get like +2 on mid-range, get your strength to a 90. Yeah, you can fully commit to it if you want to. I'm going to be doing a little more standing dunk, so I didn't want it to lower it too much. So we have the 87 standing dunk, and we have the 88 strength. Like imagine you playing a guard, right? A point guard that has like no one cares about strength. Their strength ends up being like a 55. They're not getting past you. Like all the guards can do all the blow-bys they want. At 88 strength isn't doing nothing. Imagine a big man trying to set a screen on you, and you have pick dodgers. Some guards have pick dodger, but they still get, you know, hung up because their strength is so low. But you have an 88 strength. You're not getting bodied that easy. If you're trying to dunk, you can dunk on any point guard with this build. As long as you got the badges. If you have contact finisher, you're dunking on any point guard, shooting guard, possibly even small forwards if they're not defenders. But like all the big men and stuff too, an 88 is enough to put down a big man. That's why I just want to stress the importance of having a high strength on a slasher, because a lot of people just say, okay, I want to go all speed, and then they hit the park or they hit the My Career or they hit any other, like they hit Annie Up or Pro Am or whatever, and they're like, I can't contact dunk. And they're like, I follow all your guys, but I might have on the physicals pie chart, I might have went for speed instead of strength and vertical. It's like I did that for a reason. I'm not doing that just for no reason. If I wanted to be fast, I could be fast. But if I wanted a good build that can play both the big, the 1 and the 2, if I'm playing 2s, it can play the big or the small. One that's fast, but also can dunk like crazy. Like a powerhouse. Imagine a powerhouse that's fast. Like that's basically what I just made. A small forward with 75 ball handling and takeover, plus if I had extra attributes and takeover, I'm doing momentums. Come on now. So yeah, that's the King Contact build. Of course, we're going slasher. And then they call you a slasher. So yeah, you can move around these attributes as you want. I'm trying to figure out what the meta is going to be. I'm going to show you like my 2K20 like setup a little bit. So yeah, if I had 28 attributes and like I have them all maxed out, you need Giant Slayer Gold, you need Contact Finisher Hall of Fame, Consistent Finisher Hall of Fame, throw some Acrobat in there, need Lob City. You don't need it that high. I'd say like something like that. And I'm trying to do this on like off the dome, I'm not gonna lie. This can go up, this can go up. Something like that will be good for 2s, if you ask me. Oh no, I forgot relentless finisher. So maybe like a maybe like something like that. Throw it like that. Like this is a great build. Like I said, I wish I could have the 30 attributes. Like I said, I've just been messing around with it. You don't really need 30 attributes. But I feel like this right here, if this is your end goal for like a twos game, and I should say I primarily play twos, so this is like the ideal setup for me. Like if I had two more, I'd just throw it on like Pro Touch and Acrobat, or like maybe Giant Slayer. But like this is how I set up my finishing badges. So I set that up. Shooting badges, you just throw it on slippery off ball. You aren't shooting, but you can get some good bump animations off ball, like if you're trying to run away from somebody. With the playmaking badges, stop and go, quick first step gold. Handles for days on silver is fine. You don't really need that gold, especially as slashers and like moving around like crazy and doing momentums and all that, unless you're in takeover. But you don't need to do a lot of moves on a slasher to get the job done. I'm gonna just say it like that. To get the job done, you do not need a lot of moves. Dream Shake works for up and under, so maybe that's silver. How many I got? 7. Post spin technician, that's why we maxed it out so much. Imagine a small forward with a guard guarding him, just doing post moves. Especially with a 88 strength, doing post moves on a guard is the easiest thing you can do. Like that's basically your bailout situation. And then last but not least, you can throw some tight handles. And then if you have a shooter on your team, the best thing you can do is like kick it out to them. So like if you're in the middle of a layup animation, you feel like you're not gonna make it, bailout is like, I know a lot of people don't like bailout, but like you don't know how many times I've seen slashers do a euro or do a hop lay-in, and they just like, they can't, like they're fully contested and they try to pass out of it and it just goes out. Like you can just avoid that with bailout. I know a lot of people don't use it, but I'm using it. Throw that on. Defensive badges, it depends on your matchup, because we all know once you get your max badge level, you can just move them as you want. If you're playing the 1, you throw on clamps, intimidator, and then probably like either pick dodger and pickpocket, or like if you don't want to hit screens, then you know, tireless defender, so you can just keep playing defense, or maybe throw it on interceptor, so like somewhere around there. If you're playing, so this would be like if I was playing as a guard, if I was playing as the 1 on like 2s or something. If I'm playing the big, I'd probably throw these 2 on rebound chaser, maybe even 3, and then this on intimidator, and then that'd be my setup for playing as a big, or as the, it could be even as a 2. If you're playing like 3s and you're playing the 2, so you're not the guard or the big, you can throw on like, it don't have to be it don't have to be gold rebound chaser, it could be that. Interceptor is good for 3s, and you might even be able to turn this down and put on pick dodger, just in case, you feel me? Or like interceptor silver not really needed for us. So this would be if I was playing 2s, if I was playing 3s and that was the 2. Yeah, that was the King Contact build. Like I keep stressing it, it's not the best slasher to ever step foot in the 2K Beach character. It's not none of that. It's just the King Contact build. Some people might see what I did and just decide to tweak it. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you what I'm using. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like and a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe if you aren't, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Hop in the back of my 4-door front side, driving right away, going skirt in the backside, blasting my own jams, cause I am the man. In this 50, yes I can, in this 50, yes we can, singing.